Hello and welcome to this week's vodcast for Thursday, January the 27th with me, Kevin Ross, for an easy listening digest of the week's news from the Melton Times. Coming up, the supermarket battle hots up, Prince Charles and Camilla receive a right royal welcome, developer eyes up the Sculford Road site, and in sport, the Melton firm puts F1 star to the test. All this and more coming up next in the Melton Times vodcast for Thursday, January the 27th, 2011. On the front page of the Melton Times this week, the battle to be Melton's next supermarket hotted up this week after the developers behind one of the proposed big-name stores appealed for the scheme to be determined by an independent government inspector. Rival bids to build a Sainsbury's superstore on Nottingham Road and an intended Waitrose store on the part of Brooks and Melton College's Asby Road campus were due to be determined at a special meeting of the Melton Council Development Committee today, January the 27th. Councillors have been recommended to approve the Sainsbury's application over the Waitrose supermarket plans. The supermarket saga took another twist yesterday, Wednesday, when Brooks and Melton College and the Cedar House Investments behind the proposed Asby Road campus redevelopment lodged an appeal to the Secretary of State for their scheme to be determined by an independent body. As a result of the appeals, tonight's planning meeting is still going ahead as planned, but now it'll only see the Sainsbury's application being considered. In a joint statement, the college and Cedar House said they were asked Melton Council to defer both applications, but the council hadn't agreed. The Dairy Centenary celebrations were crowned by a royal visit on Tuesday. Excited school children were waving Union Jacks were among the crowds of people eagerly awaiting the arrival of Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall at Longclawson Dairy. Their Royal Highnesses were warmly welcomed by onlookers of all ages, including all 93 pupils of Longclawson Church of England Primary School. Before entering the dairy, the royal couple chatted with people in the crowd, and the Duchess, wearing a raspberry-coloured wool long jacket and black suede boots, was presented with a posy by the school's oldest and youngest pupils, Ben Bridger, age 11, and Oliver Bickle, age 4. Inside the dairy, the royal couple donned their white coats and hats before being given a tour of the facility, including the cheese room where various production processes were explained to them. The royal couple later moved on to the cafeteria where they met some of the dairy's longest serving staff, apprentices and other invited guests. Later in the day, the royal couple were swept into Melton's High Street and en route to the Dickinson and Morris pork pie shop. The royal couple got the chance to make their own traditional hand-raised pork pies under the supervision of Dickinson and Morris Managing Director Stephen Hallam. The finished pies will be baked and sent to their home at Clarence House. The developer has unveiled proposals to build 250 homes to the north of Melton. House builder Persimmon Homes North Midlands wants to build the homes opposite John Fernley College in Sculford Road. No planning application had been submitted to Melton Council at the time of going to press, but the developers have organised a staffed public exhibition at John Fernley College on Tuesday, February the 1st, from 4 till 7:30 p.m, for people to find out more. The plans, along with the exploratory material, should also be available from Monday, January 31st, by visiting landmarkplanning.co.uk/Melton. Comments can be made at the exhibition and on the website. Melton Council was unavailable for comment at the time of going to press. Melton's railway station is getting a £2.3 million facelift over the coming year thanks to Network Rail funding. The refurbishment has already seen the removal of all overhead glass in the station's canopies, which soon will be replaced. The canopies will then be given a further makeover with structural repairs, drainage improvements, as well as being cleaned, painted and glazed. Furthermore, over the coming months, the station will be subject to a complete overhaul, which will include resurfacing platforms, replacing the footbridge span and staircases, and repairing the platform walls.
Hi, I'm Dominic Heel, a presenter for East Midlands Today from the BBC, and you're listening to the Melton Times podcast.
Two friends who met at Brooksby Melton Agricultural College are hoping to raise £10,000 for charity by sledding across the Arctic wilderness of Norway with the help of 6 huskies. Francis Elson and Anna Martin will be sledding more than 200 kilometres on a 7-day trek in the freezing wilderness of Norway's Finnmark region to raise money for the Countryside Alliance. The exhibition, which takes place in March, will be a physical gruelling challenge, with temperatures dropping to -15. For more about the girls and the Arctic trip and the future fundraising ventures, visit doingitforthecountryside.co.uk. And in free time this week, farewell show for King Edward. King Edward VII School is presenting its final show, Fame, in the new Melton Vale Post-16 Centre. Fame is about a performing arts college set in New York and follows the trials and tribulations of each character's journey through school on their way to stardom. It's being performed from Wednesday to Friday, February the 4th at 7:30 p.m. in the Post Vale 16 Centre. Tickets are available from the centre, priced £6 and £5. A town centre cafe was packed on Saturday to hear an alternative comedian run through his amusing repertoire. David Morgan appeared at 54A King Street in Melton to help publicise next month's Leicester Comedy Festival. The event was broadcast on community radio station 103.I, and anyone who missed David's show can see him during the Comedy Festival at the Crumbling Cookie coffee shop in Leicester, February the 9th. The festival, which runs from the 4th to 20th, has 350 shows at 50 different venues. It features performances from top acts such as Jimmy Carr, Lenny Henry and Stephen K. Amos. For more details, go to comedy-festival.co.uk. And finally on the silver screen, the popular royal film Stays at the Regal, That's the King's Speech. For more information, ring the Regal on Melton 562251 or go to their website regal-melton.co.uk. And in sport, national joy for Melton. The town's economy and morale has received a welcome boost after it was confirmed national sports finals were coming home. Melton became synonymous with the Men's National Indoor Bowls Championship finals, having hosted the event for 17 years, until the sports governing body, the English Indoor Bowls Association, handed the event to Nottingham in 2006. But the hurt felt by Melton and District Indoor Bowls Club has been tempered by winning the right to host the National Ladies Championships and Over-60s final. And in cricket, the Beaver League appeals for new blood for 2011. The Cricket League is inviting clubs to enter into the forthcoming season. The Beaver League is a midweek evening league which plays 18 over-a-side matches on Thursday evenings from May through to August. As well as the two divisions, the league also stages two knockout competitions, the Frank Woodhead Cup and the Beaver Cup. Any team wishing to enter should contact the secretary on Melton 418-895 or email evans-keith5@sky.com. And finally in sport, a Melton company once again found itself working closely with another of the world's most recognisable sporting faces. SAQ International Managing Director Alan Pearson was flown to Germany last week to help train 2008 Formula 1 World Champion Lewis Hamilton for the launch of a new running shoe. Sachin Sachi called upon SAQ, based at Asby Business Park, to help with the latest sports advertising campaign. Well, that's about it. Of course, the full stories can be found in the Melton Times. So until next week, when we'll have yet more news and sport, have a very safe week. That was a JK Media production for the Melton Times.